there, beloved Ascension pioneers. How are you? Today I want to talk about numbers a bit and their meaning because a lot of the people ask me about numbers. It's a very simple explanation actually once you understand. It's not so complicated as people make it. In fact, everything is frequency. How Source creates is through patterns, sacred geometry such as sacred symbols, patterns of light, of sound, of tone, color. And when these things are intertwining with one another, we get creation. And numbers are just a part of this creation. They're part of us tuning into source language, a part of the source language. They're not the only kind of resonance within the source language. And the hyperspace universal mind and heart. And there's many other symbols, of course, as well. But numbers are a way that we use here, humans, as next to language, as to how we communicate. And because they're so used in our communication, that's where they're also so much used for us to tuning into the communication of the divine. So the divine is kind of using us communicating through numbers because they know that we communicate through numbers a lot. So they use them in a way to communicate certain divine truths through these numbers. I'll give a bit of the example here, and then I'll read to all of you my automatic writing about a certain particular number that is planted within my consciousness. You have to know that, like I said, all number is frequency. We are frequency as well. So when we see certain numbers, they have meanings for us. And also, not just that, it's not just this number attracts us. We, with our consciousness, also invite it into our space of awareness. I made a writing about this, about numbers and vibration. Please do check that writing below if you have not yet read that note of mine, that article. They're like some sort of awakening calls, like cosmic triggers in a way. We have many triggers in our daily lives that we connect with and that cause us to open and expand our awareness. And numbers are just one of those divine triggers. For instance, the number 1111, which a lot of the people see when they're starting their awakening process. You have to know that every number that you see, it's kind of coded, it's kind of planted in your consciousness through your subconscious. And whoever does that, it's not some being or something. You do that, like when you come to this world, you plan your journey with a map, that you have astrology and certain dates, that are important, and degrees of the certain signs there in your houses and in your signs, and also your numerology. Everything you do, your monadic presence is the one who sends you here, that sends your soul spark here. So it pre-plans that. So numbers are they're in a way a part of this map. They're, like I said, cosmic triggers. But you have to know there's a difference to these collective triggers that are planted in the collective consciousness and these certain numbers that are planted just for you, that are here just for you, that are very personal, like my number, 27. And the 1111 is one of those numbers that was planted by the collective, by certain councils of light and love to the collective, that we're all tuning into the same number, vibration, and frequency, which is basically the message of oneness, how everything is all one, and the message of our divine twin flame spark within us, which is also the representation of one together forming the two within one, basically all one, for all is just one. So before concluding, because I want to make this video really short, I don't want to make it long like the rest of the videos, I would like to read this automatic writing to sort of help you get the idea of this, how we work with this, through our subconscious, but basically it's through our superconscious, which is our higher mind, our higher heart, the universal part of us, our God source, our I am presence. My question to Spirit was, dear Spirit, I'm asking about the presence of the number 27 in my life, because I basically see it everywhere. It's not just in license plates and, how much things cost, receipts. It's like in every video and numbers of views and people, everything. It's basically everything. So that's why, it's kind of became a part of me. It's like it's a part of me. It's like a sacred experience. It's not just some, random number you see like 44, meaning the presence of angels, or 55 when there's certain changes in my life. And a lot of people report about this as well. It's when a lot of changes are running through their life, their entire life areas. But this was like a very sacred experience. It's like this number became a part of me. So I asked, what does it represent? And is it time for me to know about this yet? Thank you. And the answer I got was this. Yes, it is time. partially. The essence of this number, the energy resonance, is who you are. It speaks about divine love and union, about your individual personal purpose, and also their union with your I am through your beloved. So, my I am presence. This is all happening in divine timing, and the experience of the 27 resonance can only be felt, which is true. You can't explain this. A lot of the times I wanted to mention to people, it's this 27, and people say, oh, did you look in the angelic book, book of angel numbers, what does it mean? I'm like, no, it's not so simple. It's not about that. It's so much deeper, but you can't explain something that you feel, to someone else, because only you feel it and only you know it through your source. The grandness and vastness of its meaning is already felt by you as you feel this so sacred to you. It's true, it's so deep. As it is so dear to your heart, and the more that you notice it, the more you become it. The more you breathe into your being, the more you breathe your being in. This is one of the most deepest and most holy experiences for you in this life. The number was sort of planted in your subconscious directly through your superconscious, which is what I was saying prior to this, directly influencing your conscious as the energy of this number energy matrix keeps descending in your awareness and body. So it's also activating your DNA. So you see, it becomes on the physical level. It comes from the source level and enters into the physicality. As every time awareness rises, the DNA is being activated. It's the same with the collective consciousness awakening with the number 1111. This procedure is happening naturally as it's pre-planned and arranged on a soul level, which is I was saying prior to reading this. The codes of the number are transferring direct light packages to you, that of awareness, sacred knowledge, and embodiment of divine love through these light packages. So do you see how much we're all guided, supported, provided for, and how everything is coming into tangible form? And this, number, when we see certain numbers, and they're here in their physical lives, So like I said, the communication through divinity will be through the physical symbols that we know, that can be known to us, that we can feel through our physical brain, because we do have brain, and our brain filters that directly. So it kind of causes for you to have a certain experience of a certain vibration that you get either through a number or a symbol, whatever it is that you're experiencing in your reality. So in a way, when you understand how consciousness works, when you understand how principles of creation work, it is very much simple for you to live this life, because you will become naturally attuned to this universal language. And what's happening with me lately is very much you live in the synchronistic flow, in the parallel form of everything. You're just in flow. And for instance, when I'm writing about something and I write a certain word, and there's this video I have on at the same time, or a song, and the same word that you type it out is there as well. So these are all synchronicities that are showing us that we are entering the 0 point field, where there is no time, when everything is happening synchronistically. And it's happening to a lot of the people. Yesterday I watched a video from this woman explaining new symptoms that are occurring for all of us. And it's just brilliant. It's just amazing, because this is natural to us. It's just we've forgotten about it. A lot of the people have forgotten about this, how natural this is once we tune into the universal mind. And a lot of the people, when they contact me, they say, well, you're just saying what I've been channeling for myself and feeling for myself. And I'm saying this is a proof. It's not a proof, but it's a really deep knowing. It's a sacred experience that you feel. You are tapped into the same energy of one. We're all bound by the same energy. It's all one. You see, it's very simple. So, like I said, some things are collective. They're there for the collective awakening, and some are very personal. We each carry an individual soul signature, and these numbers that we've planted for us are also individual for us and carry our own individual signature. That's why someone else can't tell you what a certain number will mean for you. It's your own sacred experience, and it's the same with your dreams. Only you can interpret them through your soul, because the soul will give its own meanings to the dreams that others will have their own description for through their own soul mapping. So thank you for listening and tuning in. I hope this assisted some of you who are wondering about what the heck, all these numbers and symbols and codes. And it's true, everything is a code. It's up to us to decipher it in our own way, through the soul, through the heart. Anyway, many blessings, much love to you, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye, my Ascension Pioneers. Bye.